Prime Minister Modi has also taken to Twitter, of course, expressing shock and distress over this very sad incident to have happened. He has tweeted, and I quote here, deeply distressed by the attack on my dear friend Abe, Shinzo Abe. Our thoughts and prayers are with him, his family and the people of Japan. So Prime Minister Modi there tweeting and expressing his shock and grief over this sad incident to have happened. Sir, if I can come back to you, if you could talk to us about the kind of bonhomie that Shinzo Abe has shared with Prime Minister Modi, because those visuals of Shinzo Abe, visiting the Sabarmati ashram as well in 2017 cannot be forgotten.
One of the, Shinzo Abe and Prime Minister Modi, they share a very close, friendly relationship. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Shinzo Abe also visited Varanasi, yes. And Indian Prime Minister visited his residence. Which is a rare diplomatic development that happened when my Indian Prime Minister visited Japan. There was some kind of a personal connect and personal bond, because I think both of them shared a common vision about how Asia should be, how Indo-Pacific should be. So that's one of the things. And if I'm not mistaken, Prime Minister Modi's interactions with Japan predated his assumption of office of Prime Minister. He visited Japan prior to that. He interacted with many people as the Chief Minister of Gujarat from Japan, trying to promote their investments in India. So therefore, Indian Prime Minister office and its engagement with Shinzo Abe and the political class there is qualitatively different. For Japan, Shinzo Abe, he has clearly identified India as a potential economic player and has been driving force behind developing economic relationship with India, trying to bring in more investments, whether it is bullet train project, the high-speed rail project between Bombay and Ahmedabad. Yes. So those are some of the projects that were conceptualized. And the third important thing between India and Japan that during Shinzo Abe period we have noticed is that both Prime Minister Modi and Shinzo Abe visualized that they need to collaborate on international platforms to reform international institutions, right? For instance, the G4 group was formed with India, Japan, Germany, and Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. And it was formed to work towards reforming the United Nations Security Council. So in that sense, both Prime Minister Modi and Shinzo Abe had a common vision on how to reform the international institutions to the emerging geopolitical realities, because the power had shifted from west to east, yes, in terms of economic interactions, and both of them had a very clear idea that they need to work together to reform the international institutions as well. So in that sense, both Prime Minister Modi and Shinzo Abe had a close relationship. And the attack today, therefore, even though Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a former Prime Minister, he's not in office, he was still a good friend of India. We could lean on him to get his advice or to get his suggestions on how to move forward. And with the recent developments, it's definitely